All right, good morning, everyone. It is after sunrise. I'm Alex Fisher, Maddie Jansen joining me, as well as Elena Rusk. You took the morning off.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't get in late or anything. You've been working
on the
you're not off.
Well, that's fine. Yeah,
I didn't get to sleep in, let's be clear.
No, you've been working on our project, which is going to be airing in a couple of weeks,
yes.
Which is, it's a great story. And I know that you're going to be talking about that a little bit, at a later date.
Yeah.
But let's just first start in talking about the weather. I mean, it was kind I know that you had a chance for some showers this morning, but it was more than just a couple drops in the windshield.
Yeah.
So Maddie's experience was wild. We'll talk in case you're just tuning in and you're like, what happened with the storm? It was a cold front yesterday midday, and then behind it, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. There was actually a tornado warned storm in Tulare County yesterday afternoon, a severe thunderstorm with rotation. Nothing came out of it that I know of, but it was just fascinating to watch all afternoon. At the Bakersfield Airport, we only got 0.04 of an inch, 0.04. At my house, I had 0.4 of an inch. So that shows you have to be under
just under half an inch.
Yeah, and the airport had this
that's
a fraction.
That's a decent
of an
amount.
Inch. Exactly.
I thought that happened even with this last storm. Like
did.
At your place, you got 1.25 inches. We got over an inch here in downtown Bakersfield, but the airport only picked up like a little over half.
What about this
exactly.
one yesterday? Would we get here?
I don't know.
I didn't check the station yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will say though, because I was downtown for most of the day yesterday, and the streets were very wet.
Yes.
Very wet.
But you had to be under one of those thunderstorm cells.
Talk about that in just a moment.
So then Maddie experienced, like at my house, we had almost half an inch. You experienced a lot of rain.
Yeah, so I was here until pretty late yesterday with the kiddos, and rain was decent. I was like, hey, this is shaping up to be a pretty good storm. Like, this is great. This is cool. And then I left them at Grandma's house, and I went home because my husband's out of town. So they got to spend the night with Grandma. Thanks, Grandma.
Thank you, Grandma.
Much appreciate that.
Yes.
So anyway, I drove home. It was probably right around 3 or so, 3:30 or so. I have never seen it come down that bad on Highway 58. It was insane.
She just made a point.
I am making a point. It was my windshield wipers could not keep up. It was very scary. Hydroplaned several times.
It was scary.
Luckily, I was expecting it. So I was watching the road going, I think there's a puddle. Okay, slow down.
Yes.
Like foot off the brake. Completely foot off the brake when you're coming up to, it looks like water has pooled on the road. It always pools right there by the Arvin Cemetery. But that was the first of several. Like from Murray Family Farms on, there was so much water pooled on the road, and you've got all these semis on the road. It was terrifying. It was terrifying.
That's what's so crazy about these sorts of storms. It's not like a storm that like comes from, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's not like those like typical winter storms that comes from the north and just like sweeps across the state. Everyone gets just like, just almost like
there's a nice little healthy rain.
Yeah, healthy rain. It's these like spots. I mean, the whole idea that Bakersfield officially picked up only 0.04
after what we saw yesterday for so many of us.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
and there are other people who are like, I thought you said it was going to rain. And then people like you who are like, I was almost crashing off the road.
Like it was as much rain as I remember from when we got the pieces of the hurricane.
Oh, yes.
That time. It was so much rain. It was raining so hard. And even by the time I got to Tehachapi, it was still raining hard. Like windshield wipers completely as high as they'll go. They couldn't keep up on the 58. When I got to Tehachapi, they could keep up. But it was still coming down hard, and then it would switch between that and hail, and then back to rain and then hail.
That's always so scary too.
Yes.
Getting caught up in that.
And it's a thunderstorm when you see the hail.
Right.
So that means you have the updraft that's pushing the rain up above the freezing level. It turns to ice pellets and falls. Once it's heavy enough, it falls all the way down. The stronger the updraft, the bigger the hail gets. So we had some pea-sized hail, but that's still enough to show you that those were strong cells moving through.
It felt really good when I went to take the trash out. It started right then. I was like, oh, it's pelting me in the face. This is great.
Nature's
this
exfoliant.
This lovely.
Thank you so much.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We definitely need it. I know we're still in a deficit, I guess, technically.
We're still technically in a deficit, but we will get our latest drought monitor report as of this Thursday, the first day of spring. So that's kind of poetic.
Today, right?
They do it today, but then it's officially released on Thursday.
Okay.
We, since our last report last Thursday, have picked up 1 to 1.5 inches of rain.
Wow.
So it's not officially in the gauges, but it's something. And we know from the Meso-West, we have many other reading sites. So even if Bakersfield's airport didn't pick up that much, we still have sites that are showing us the recovery for the rain gauges and recovery in the soil. There's several several different factors that go into the drought monitor report. Not a drought breaker, but drought recovery, a little bit. I think we can count on that.
All right.
good
So
news.
it is 7:05, and we have already finished our first baseball game of the 2025 season. You know I had to bring this up, right?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
told me when we walked in this morning.
I was watching all morning long. So
And to be fair, he's been teasing me all morning. So yesterday he teased you for not wearing green on St. Patrick's Day. Today I was teased for wearing what he's trying to call Dodger blue. This is
that's so
slate
not Dodger blue.
No, Dodger blue is a royal blue.
Yeah, no, I would almost call that like a teal.
Right, but I do match his tie, so he's been getting in those jabs all morning while you were working.
here's the thing. I'm just going to go ahead and say the reason that is closer to Dodger blue than your Giants orange.
I don't want to wear Giants orange. I love my Giants, but they really are awful colors.
Really?
Orange and
I
black.
love orange.
I like
Orange
the
is
orange
like
and
my
black.
favorite color, but I don't know if it's Giants orange. I don't know what that
Giants
that
orange is like
It's not
an
pretty.
orange. It's not pretty.
It's orange.
Oh, okay.
But you're a fan, so you put it on.
No, but I mean, seriously, let's talk about what
Yeah.
we saw. I mean, the Dodgers, of course, they're in Tokyo right now for this for the season opener, which is really cool because there are both. So they play the Chicago Cubs. Again, want to reiterate, technically this is not opening day, but this is an official game for the Dodgers and the
Wait, what does that
Chicago
mean?
Cubs. The season has already started for them.
So the season started, but it's not opening day.
But it's not opening day because opening day is when all teams play.
Oh.
So
Wait, all teams play on the same day?
Yep.
On opening day? Like,
teams,
all
yeah.
major. Oh,
all
okay.
major league teams.
Okay, well, there you go. Learn something new every day.
So that's going to be technically opening day for Major
Got it.
League Baseball, but this is the start of the season for the Dodgers and the Cubs, and meaning that these games, today's game and tomorrow's game, will count in the record.
Okay.
So the Dodgers winning this one this morning, 4-1, beating the
There's
Chicago
Ohtani.
Cubs. But what was so cool about this Tokyo series is there are several players on both the Dodgers and the Cubs who are Japanese-born players.
cool.
And so they're calling this almost like a homecoming
That's cool.
game for
Yeah.
these players, which I think is so cool to see.
And it has to be so exciting for the Japanese fans too. They love baseball, and so to see one of their favorite teams,
Right.
to see their native players all coming home, it's
And I
got to
gotta
be a
say,
great day.
If you follow baseball, Japan loves their baseball. And not only do they love their baseball, they produce unbelievably
They do.
athletic baseball
I
players.
mean, yeah.
And
Yamamoto, Ohtani.
I mean-
Who's the new guy?
Suzuki?
There you go.
Yeah, I mean they're just unbelievable players.
Yeah.
Unbelievable players in this game that come from Japan. And so they are hardcore baseball fans. What's also neat too is this morning when I was watching the game, my alarm went off. I turned on the TV and there was the first pitch, and I was like, "There we go."
That's the way to wake up.
That's a way to wake up. But what was interesting is how quiet the stadium got
Yes.
during the pitches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it almost sounded like you were at a golf game, like at a golf match.
That's
like
funny.
you were just sitting there and it was dead silent. And I started noticing this, and all of a sudden the announcer's going, "Do you hear how quiet it is?" I mean, everyone would cheer, and talk, but then once the pitcher got ready to throw a pitch,
I think
got
it's
silent.
twofold. I think it's because they're so excited to watch the game, they're all concentrating, but also the Japanese are known for being a very polite nation. And so for them, even if it's not their team, they don't want to distract.
yeah, I mean, it might be just that. It sounds like that's the norm there for games. Is that when a pitcher is getting ready to pitch.
It's cool.
And which also kind of adds you can imagine the suspense of
Yes.
everyone is watching me, no one's distracted.
And then you hear that crack of the bat.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you would be able to hear the crack of the bat a little louder because everyone's so quiet. But so they'll be playing again tomorrow morning, both the Cubs and the Dodgers, because it's a 2-game series. Then what's going to happen is they come back and resume spring training before opening day.
When is opening day?
Weird.
Opening day is the 27th.
I put you on the spot because I haven't looked at
I think
it
it's the
yet.
27th. I am. It's the third. Yeah, it's the 27th.
I can tell you, Tehachapi Little League's opening day is Saturday.
Cute. We've got great weather for it. So you'll be in the 60s, sunshine,
Hallelujah!
a nice
I'm
breeze.
so grateful for that. It's not going to
Great
be
for them.
spitting the rain and hail
No.
and sleet in our
You've
face.
been out there for.
Oh my gosh. And I'm not discounting it. We may still get some games like that this
Yeah.
season because we got some late April storms last year that brought snow and ice. And so But hey, at least we've got, nice temperatures for opening day. That'll be great.
We do. And they have to do a little bit of work on the fields. So my middle daughter plays softball, and they were posting a picture yesterday saying, guys, please take care of the fields. It's not just our players, but these parks are open to everybody, and you should go out and play a ball game. But when you're leaving those footprints in the mud and then it dries, it's really hard to then rake out ahead of the game.
Oh, yeah,
so a little bit of field work, and high five to all those field crews making it happen for our little leaguers.
It's all volunteer up in Hatchby. It's the parents and and the community members who, whose kids have since moved on. And they don't play anymore, but they're still out there, taking care of the fields and coaching and managing. So it is really cool. It's all volunteer led.
What I love too is you see all of those kids who go out and they're all sporting their baseball gear, their favorite teams and stuff like that. And I love this time of year.
It's so cute.
I love spring because to me this feels like the new year. Right? Like everything's new, fresh.
Right.
Like everyone is just excited about, the spring. And of course, then we're like, dreading the triple digit temperatures. But, we're not even focusing on that, right? But it is so, and that's what I love about baseball too, is like, to me, this is what marks the new year.
Yeah.
Is like the start of everything new, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and I'm sporting I've got my Dodgers socks on this morning.
I saw that.
Yesterday you had your St.
mine.
Patrick's Day socks. Today you've got your Dodgers socks. You got a sock for every occasion.
And no, I don't have a tie for every occasion.
No.
I have like the colors.
You come close. You come close to it though.
Yeah, I don't have like a St. Patrick's Day tie.
But you have a green tie for
I
St.
have multiple
Patrick's
green
Day.
ties.
Yeah.
I like that because you just kind of get a really good suit and then you accessorize it. It makes it more fun.
Well, that's easy for guys, right? When we're in suits, we can just that is our accessory is the tie. So it's like a little flair to.
I like it.
Show
your style.
But speaking of St. Patrick's Day, of course, it was yesterday, and even though it was on a Monday, went out and went to a couple places, and everyone was having so much fun.
So where all did you go?
So I started at Pyrenees.
Okay.
And
they had the pipes playing there, right?
They had the bagpipe.
Oh, fun.
Sorry, they had the bagpipes playing there. Actually got some video. So here's a look at the Bakersfield firefighters as they played the bagpipes.
He played the bagpipes.
They're incredible! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was really cool.
Wait, what is this? They have like a band?
Yes.
The Bakersfield Firefighters Drum and Pipes Corps. Is that what it says?
Well, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they have a band, and
that is so cool.
They're really good too.
They're incredible.
A lot of times they'll do funeral processions and very somber events. So I like when it's a celebration of Scottish and Irish history and heritage.
It did make me laugh though because I made the joke that they were playing. You didn't get it there, but they were playing "America the Beautiful."
It sounded like Saints marching in.
That was later on they played, and it made me laugh. I'm like, you are playing an American song on a Scottish instrument on an Irish holiday.
Right. Did you know though, St. Patrick's Day actually originated in the U.S., not Ireland.
I did not know that.
And St. Patrick was not Irish. He was born in Roman Britain.
Interesting.
In the 400s. So he was not Irish. The holiday is actually not Irish
either. So really,
I wonder where the tie-in came from.
It's because he was. I read the whole history to my kids yesterday.
This is so interesting.
He was enslaved when he was 16 and taken to Ireland as a slave from Roman Britain. So he's taken to Ireland as a slave, and he was a slave there for several years before he escaped. And when he escaped, he came to Christ, became a Christian, and took the gospel back to the Irish people.
Oh, okay.
And so that's how it became an Irish holiday. But we here in the U.S. are the ones who apparently decided it should be a holiday.
And we should party with green beer.
Which sounds about right for us, right?
Exactly.
We love those holidays.
We love those holidays. And, I got to tell you though, it is a big deal in Ireland as well.
Yes.
Mainly because Americans love going over there, and it's like spending money, and the Irish are like, oh, it's tourism dollars. No, but of course they have all the parades and everything there too. But so I started at Pyrenees. And saw the band, and then I went over to I'm part of the Gentlemen. It's a kind of a club here in Bakersfield, and spent some time there. And I had a Guinness and corned beef sliders from So they were from Timbler, the best corned beef I have ever had. We all were. We were like, how is this possible? I love corned beef. Like I make corned beef. I mean, I really do. I love corned beef. However, it was almost like St. Patrick's miracle. I mean, it was just so good.
That sounds so yummy.
And
I love good corned beef.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
That's fun.
How good it was.
That sounds really
Not
good.
overly salty, but salty enough.
Yes,
Because you
have to have the right balance,
But
and it is a
wasn't-
fine line to walk.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, I'm eating the corned beef and like,
No, you have to. It has to be salty enough, though.
Yes.
Like it really has to, but you can't overdo it.
But
And they're making it in bulk, so like fantastic job to them.
Yeah, and then I heard that Wool Growers had a really good group of people, like more than 100. I think they said between 100 and 150 people there at like between 11 and noon.
Wow.
To start. So it's so funny because all of our Basque restaurants, they've just embraced St. Patrick's Day, and they're just like, we'll just.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're packed with people. When it falls on a Monday, though, a lot of those places are closed.
But you know what? We will persevere.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Monday, but we will party anyway.
But
make that party happen.
So it was a fun day, and it was, even though it was a Monday.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Well, I like I said, we celebrated on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
That's when we did our big dinner and everything. But then I got the kiddos some green cookies from Smith's yesterday when I picked them up from school.
Did you? Okay.
Couldn't resist.
Those Shamrock sugar cookies are, they're all.
Anything they make,
right? Any of their cookies. They're just so good. And actually theirs were not Shamrocks because they didn't have those left. They were green glasses of beer.
And the boys are like, great.
I was like, they're root beer floats, kids.
Totally.
Green root beer floats.
Green root beer floats. I love that.
Cute.
Also, that is just like so on brand for you.
That's all they had left.
That's all they had
And that's what I got. She's like, next time you can call us and place an order. I was like, that would involve thinking of this ahead of time.
Yeah.
I thought of this at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right before school got out. And I got the last 3 green cookies y'all had.
and then gave it.
But guess what? They tasted the same, and they were delicious.
I love that you gave your kids a pint.
I did. They celebrated. Actually, they took a picture cheersing.
Cute.
Do you have it?
I do. I didn't send it.
Well, you should pull it up and see if we can zoom in.
Okay.
It might be. This is like super low tech here, but.
So while you're looking for that,
hold up. Why did my mother-in-law call me? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
She's got the kids.
You have to check on that.
Okay.
So I had told you yesterday I
pull
had
it
these
up.
grand plans to make green eggs and ham for my kids. I then took the infamous post-morning show nap, and I wake up to my husband making ramen, and I was like, well, this is disappointing. Kids were thrilled. They were like, Dad's making dinner. Dad's giving us ramen. And I was like,
do you know what today is?
I was going to do this cute thing because it's an adorable holiday, but instead I took a nap.
But didn't you say that your kids don't like corned beef?
They don't.
Yeah.
And that's why I was going to do green eggs and ham.
Oh,
We've
green
been
eggs and ham,
really
that's right,
into reading Dr. Seuss this month. My middle daughter is 6, and she's starting to read on her own, and it's really exciting.
I'm sure ramen's a lot cheaper right now than green eggs and
I
ham.
had a whole cute, adorable thing, but you can't get mad at Dad for cooking
Exactly.
and saving the day.
You just see me with my
We
We all do it.
So usually you could take the bottom part of your dress and use that as like a cloth instead of just like. How Maddie cleans her phone, everyone. You should see her cleaning the dishes.
That's what the dog's for.
I know.
Come on, guys.
You lick it clean and put it right back in the cabinet.
I
It
don't
is
realize
good to
how
go.
much I call in the dog vacuums until we were staying at a VRBO in Mammoth, and I dropped something on the floor, and I was like, Maggie, oh, she's not here. I don't realize how much I'm like, dog vacuum.
Okay, can we? So Adam's
know
our
if we
director.
can
Let's see
zoom.
if he can zoom in.
Where should I hold?
On 3, camera 3.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Oh,
Let's
no,
see. He's gonna
it went
move
dark.
here and,
Oh, I should probably there.
let's see here.
Cheersing with
you-
their green
He's
cups.
trying to zoom.
He's doing it.
Oh, that's cute.
Not bad. Hey, not bad.
That's cute.
And then there, let's see. Oh, no. Oh, I lost it. Womp, womp. No. But anyway, the other pictures that you just saw in there, I did take to show. And so in the rain yesterday, I had to go out because you know what? The farm never stops.
The farm never
Even
stops.
when it is puddled in the backyard and it is hailing in your face,
The chores go on.
You got to go take care of the chickens.
Little House on the
Yes.
Prairie once again.
So I went out to take care of the chickens, the rainy chickens up at Tehachapi. I got home and the kids weren't there. Normally it's their chore.
Right.
Soggy
So I was
chicken.
like, oh, I've got to go do all their chores, and the baby chicks inside need some new food, and then I got to go check on the big chickens. And I wanted to check because if you leave their eggs too long, they'll get broken, and then those things are expensive.
They're
Like,
$1
I was
a
like,
piece.
I told the
Hot
kids
commodity right now.
do not break those eggs.
Yeah, seriously.
And they drop them, and I'm like, you are on thin ice. You just lost $1 off your allowance.
Yeah,
Right?
seriously,
Because
that's a
those are expensive
that is a
eggs.
costly mistake.
So yeah, I had to go out and take care of the chickens yesterday, but I don't know if we have the video, but it was just puddled in the backyard. So wet and muddy, and my dog's like digging a mud hole. Like, what are you doing? She's a mess. But
I want to let our director know, and I want to let you at home know as well. You called this rainy chickens.
I did. Yeah. Well, they were
When
rainy
you
chickens.
sent in the file, rainy chickens.
It literally, it is called rainy chickens in our rundown.
Let's see really fast. Did he get it uploaded? It should be there.
It's uploaded.
Do they have a little hut where they can like?
Oh, there they
kind
are.
of
They are. There's my rainy
hide
chickens.
in?
It did
Oh yeah,
puddle.
there they are.
Oh,
They're
it
just
puddled.
having a good time.
So bad. Well, they were having a good time because they had more food when I got home.
My rainy
I fed them.
chickens.
Yeah, they were wet. They were sopping wet. It was so muddy out there. But they're fine. You know, I sometimes I get worried in the snow, and my husband's like,
Yes.
"Are you worried about all the other birds that live out in the wild in
Yes.
the snow?" I was like, "Good point.
all of the
Good
other animals?
point. Okay, all right. So
all of
they'll
the animals
survive,
that
is what you're trying to tell
survived,
me.
yes.
So we have that tiny chicken. You see the little one there?
Yeah.
Watch. She'll try. I don't know if I got video of it. She tries to like get food before the big ones get her. She
there's-
just gets the scratch.
Also love Poppy, who's
I
like
like
off to the
Poppy.
side.
Oh yeah, she'll bark at them for days, for
Do you think
hours.
she would attack them?
I 100% think she would try to eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely think she would eat them.
My Maggie dog. We're trying to get chickens pretty soon, and we have to protect the hutch from the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. She thinks it's a fun, moving stuffed animal.
Oh yeah, you
It's
look
very hard
You
on
look
me.
like a stuffed animal, right? Yeah.
But Mom, you eat chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
You look like a stuffed animal, and you just happen to taste good.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, what I've heard is like everything knows that chickens are delicious, and so far I have learned that the hard way with multiple flocks.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say
It's hard to protect them. Like we finally have a really secure structure.
It looks like you have a great setup there.
but that was
And
like trial and error, right?
trial and error.
Yeah.
2 or 3 different times we got animals attacking. I've heard anything like weasels, raccoons,
Coyotes.
obviously bobcats, coyotes, possums, I think even. Like anything will eat those chickens.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they
snakes
are-
go after the eggs, and sometimes they'll hurt the chickens because they're feeling like they're getting attacked.
So yeah, prepare yourself.
I'm ready to have a petting zoo. I'm not ready to have the repercussions of if something bad happens.
Yeah, that was-
my heart is not ready, and I need to be there because it's part of that country life.
Right.
And my husband's done this his whole life, and so he's like, "We're just getting more animals for the kids," and I'm like, "I'm a suburb girl. I don't know how to handle this."
Yeah,
It's like a lifestyle change.
It is.
it is,
and it's a
like,
mentality change.
Yeah, and a mentality change.
And you know, the idea that like, I mean, yeah, the first time the kids found the chickens after a raccoon, it was awful. It was really rough. And then like we all had
Were
to
they
clean up the
traumatized?
mess. You know, they weren't as traumatized as
Like,
you
it
would
was
think.
sad, but-
Like it was sad, but it's not like they were like, you know, ghost white and
That's how
pale
my daughter
faced and
was.
shaking and couldn't go to sleep. Yeah,
That's how my daughter
They were
was.
really resilient, surprisingly. When did she find the?
So we had 2 rabbits, and our new golden doodle puppy, she was only 6 months old.
Oh no.
The bunnies like to burrow, and so the bunny burrowed out, and Maggie got her and played with her and like was very proud of herself and brought her to us, and she's just grinning and she's so happy, and she's like, "I got you guys dinner. I am such a great member of the family." And I think that's why it was so hard, is I have very sweet, sensitive girls who have a bleeding heart like I do. And so I'm like trying not to react, and then they're starting to cry, and Maggie's proud of herself.
So
And not that it's easier if you lose them a different way, but I think it was hard because you can't be mad at the dog.
Right.
And you can't punish
Exactly.
the dog. But what did you do, you adorable golden doodle?
Is it wrong for me to say that I feel like that would be more traumatizing to find a dead bunny than
A chicken.
dead chicken?
Than the dead chicken.
Yeah. I mean, people
don't
eat
know.
rabbit. They absolutely do.
Yeah.
But
No, I
these
know,
are pet
but
bunnies.
I
These,
know.
they're
I
so
think it's
soft
just
and
like
And
the
they were
idea.
less. The chickens were less our pets, you know,
Yes.
in that
Right.
in that sense. Like they,
Yeah. Our bunnies are like cats. Like they cuddle with us, and it was
the chickens don't
very
want to be
upset.
pet.
And Maggie was so proud of herself, and like
Oh, that's
the poor dog. My heart breaks for all of us. So now I'm like, John, you're making me get chickens, and he's like, you're making me get chickens. I don't want chickens.
Yeah, I was pretty sure you were the one who was
was
trying
me.
to talk him into chickens. I was gonna say like, wait a second, I don't
It
remember
was
the way that-
100% me, but now that I realize that something could happen to the chickens,
How big is your property?
we're about an acre.
About an acre?
So
Okay,
nice.
so you've got, how big is yours?
We're only about half an acre.
About half an acre? Okay. So
We're
Right.
really lucky though, because our house is set really far forward.
Yeah.
So we have like a park in the backyard. We just got new fencing
So
for the
cool.
future goats. The rabbits are moving into the rabbit hotel, so the old rabbit hutch will become the chicken coop.
Rabbit Hotel.
It's the rabbit hotel. They're so bougie. I'm very excited for them.
Bakersfield living in the Rabbit Hotel.
Did you ever watch the Beverly Hillbillies?
Yes.
Growing up, did you ever see?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my life now.
Well, I just saw there's a balloon up there.
Oh, we're
Anyway,
celebrate.
yeah, Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, I loved that show.
That's me. That's how my car looks when I'm taking
it
my
a
kids to all their
birthday balloon?
activities.
It is a
It
birthday
says
balloon.
celebrate.
Celebrate. Happy birthday. Speaking of animals and living in the country, the dog was outside doing something. We were inside and we could see her from our deck, like from our window. And Justin hollers down to the boys, "Hey, let Poppy inside. I don't know what she's doing out there." He looked like he thought she was digging or something.
Yeah.
After a gopher, there's holes. It's like it's awful in my
Yeah.
backyard. It's holes everywhere. So she comes in and we hear the boys scream, "Ah, what is that?" And she brought a gopher inside the house, and now it's running around.
Ooh.
Yes, oh no, 100% in my living room. But it's also running around bleeding apparently because she had
no.
taken a little bite out of it before she brought it to us.
I got you dinner.
Great.
You're welcome, Mom.
Did Justin have to take care of that?
I stayed away. I was like, I'm not going down there. You go down there. You go get it.
Oh my heavens. We have gophers or moles or something that Maggie gets, which I think is
Right.
why she thought she could get the bunny. Like Dad
Right.
celebrates when I get the bad ground animals. This is clearly a bad ground animal, Dad. But we also have frogs. And so every now and then you'll be having dinner and you'll just be like, ribbit.
Oh my gosh, what?
Frogs are in the house. Well, I remember.
house.
I remember when you came into work one day and said, I think it was your mom's dog came in after being sprayed by a skunk.
Oh, we've been there.
We've gotten sprayed, not we, the dogs have gotten sprayed by skunks lots of times in Tatch. That's another thing, they'll eat your chickens, by the way.
Oh,
Skunks
skunks
will?
will?
Skunks, oh yeah. Or they'll just kill them, I can't remember which. Some of these animals like to just kill them and leave them. FYI, super fun. But yeah, no, the skunk, dish soap, hydrogen peroxide, and shampoo,
Okay.
I think, is
Somebody
the
told me
concoction that I
tomato
used.
paste. I just made my dog dirtier and the smell
No,
was
yeah,
still there.
I've not that, but the hydrogen peroxide. I think the dish soap catches the grease, and the shampoo to like work it all in, right?
That kind of makes sense. Actually.
That does it, and
Okay.
it really does a fantastic job. And I've had to use it several times,
Good to
and
know.
it works really well. I mean, you're never gonna completely get rid of it. It'll have to go away on
Yeah,
its
yeah.
own, but it's enough to where I could let her in the house. after
So we're
that.
out of time, but I have to tell you this story. My mom's dog in the suburbs gets sprayed like point blank by a skunk, runs into the house to tell my mom about it, and shakes. It's in her paint. Like her house
no.
will forever
Stop it.
smell
See, that's
like
the thing
skunk.
is, I feel like you would have to really like.
You have to move.
You have
like,
to, yeah.
burn it down.
Burn it down. Start over.
Oh my god, because
That
it's like
is-
an oil, so
Yeah.
you can't.
Can't get it out.
It's like
Oh.
it seeps into the. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awful.
Well, we're going to leave you with that this morning, you guys. You're welcome. Bon appetit, all that good stuff.
Lesson of the day: don't get sprayed by a skunk.
Yeah, keep your
Yeah.
distance.
Because they are all over Kern County.
They
All
are.
right, thanks for joining us for After Sunrise. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye.